there's a girl wearing 2 devices. It's actually telling her how hard she's punching and how fast she's punching. Okay, I don't know if a coach can sit beside this girl and try to tell her, you're punching about 150 times and you're punching how hard. I don't think a coach can tell her that. But this device can. This device will actually tell her you need to work harder in terms of how heavy she is, like what her performance level is, and maybe even push her harder. Actually, I wouldn't say I want to eliminate the coach thing, but this will actually help the coach to make her, to provide a better training. The bicycle over there, there's a little, I don't know if you can see, it's really small, but there's a device on the back of this guy's leg. It's telling him how much muscle power he's giving on his pedal. So, I mean, before when you're training without all these gadgets, you're just riding and you're just trying to think, okay, I shouldn't ride as hard, but you really don't know when are you tired, when is the muscle starting to tense up and you should slow down. Nobody tells you these things. You're just trying to imagine what's best for you, and it's all by experience. But now, with these technology, it could tell you a little bit more in advance before you actually waste all your energy. This guy doing this dumbbell weightlifting, there's just a little sensor, it's a sticker that just sticks onto his chest and tells him his heart rate. It's something that's out already, but I'm not too sure about the product, how useful it is. Misfit Shine is another product for swimming. Okay, so this is for sports and fitnesses. Wearable tech can also assist a lot of other things than fitness. Is health and wellness. What is health and wellness? Okay, so people who don't do hardcore exercises and fitness, but they still want to know how their well-being is. They still want to understand if they're healthy and if maybe their baby is healthy. That's crazy, eh? You can actually track your baby even when they're still in the mom's belly. That device right in the center there, that wooden-looking thing, it looks like a spa thing, that is like an ultrasound, a portable ultrasound Bluetooth that you can just put in the mom's belly and actually track your fetus' health and process of the stages and the months, how they're doing. And they got all these data to show you if you're doing properly, if the mom should eat a little bit more of this and that to get your fetus in the certain size. All these crazy calculations that they are providing this information to women, to moms that are really concerned. Okay, I'm not saying everyone needs this, but some moms are really crazy and they just want to know more. Okay, so, and even for the baby, look at that, the top one, like just putting this sensor on the baby just to track the baby's health. So for the really hardcore moms, okay? And there are a lot actually, by the way. This market is huge. Security and payment. Okay, so CaixaBank is one of the banks in Spain. This is actually came out last year, but it's dumb. It's not really a smart product because it's basically, you know those NFC credit cards that you guys have already that you're probably already using. They're basically putting that chip, reduce the size, and just slap it onto a wristband, and they call it a wearable product to do a contactless payment. Okay, this idea obviously will fly, but it will take a lot more because there's a lot more to payment. It needs to be secure, right? It needs to. What if the user changes their credentials, like if they need to increase their credit limit, or if they change the address, then they're going to throw this ban out and change it to another one. Now, what Apple Watch, Apple Pay, and Samsung Pay Loop, and Wirecard, all these companies are doing is they're providing something better. They're providing something that will do secure element, of course, and they'll do credential updates instantly, either by Wi-Fi, by Bluetooth, BLE, transferring data from the phone to the device, to the wearable device, to do all these payable payment credential updates. Yeah, so this is the product that I mentioned before. Okay, it's great. You know, you can wear it on your neck. It's called V-Alert. You can wear it on the neck, on the wrist, and you could clip it onto anywhere you want. So actually, maybe insurance company will like this, I don't know, but and a lot of people who are concerned about their elders, about their parents who are living alone, and might want to track them to see if they got into an accident or anything like that. Actually, this device actually was applied onto another, a very similar device called IceDot. It's yellow. It's to put on the helmet, the back of the helmet. So if you're into a bike accident, it will automatically notify whoever you want to notify. But the problem is, not all the kids are going to be carrying a smartphone around them, right? So if you don't have a smartphone, then there's a problem. Then there's no device to actually call out. I mean, this is only a sensor, a 3D sensor that provides a command that sends to the phone. So if no phone, then it won't work. And I don't know how many elders are using smartphone out there, right? So maybe it's not, it has to be refined, I would say. Okay, so wearable tech, other than how it improves your life, I think it also has to look cool in some way. Not all, I would say. I mean, some of those products you see don't actually need to look really fashionable, because I wouldn't say everybody's fashionable. But Swarovski is a company that already partnered up with Misfit, and they made a version of their Misfit tracker into something more bling, something more fashionable, something that women likes. Actually, women wearable is one product that the last CES I was in, or everybody's asking for, because there are so many wearable products out there, but they're not really nice looking, and they're so bulky. They're not really for women. They're more for men, and so that's why Swarovski came out with these type of wearable tech products that looks more like a jewelry. That's something that you will want to wear every day. It doesn't need to be recharged every day. Actually, the battery will last for a year. It uses a CR2032 battery that lasts for a year, and it's waterproof. So women that wants to do an activity tracking and be more laid back about, you know, charging so many things and worry about waterproof and all that. Okay, this is a perfect product. They're going to do very well. And there's going to be other brands that are going to be doing the same thing, doing co-branding. How I see wearable tech these days are, for big fashion brands, they're going to need these technology brands to collaborate in order to be in market quickly. This is the only way. Eventually, these fashion watch companies maybe will buy out some other startup tech company, or they'll hire some technician to build their own. But that's going to take time, because the key is to be speed to market. If you don't have a product by now, you're too late already. So most of these big fashion brands, for example, like Swarovski, other watch brand that I've seen after Basel Fair, like Tag Heuer is partnering with Google Intel. Breitling is going to have a connected watch that's going to cost, like, I don't know, $5,000. It's crazy. And what else? Mondane, it's a Swiss company. They also bought a solution to have a connected watch, like an analog connected watch. So the watch industry are looking into this space more like they want to make it more like a traditional watch look. So similar to what my direction was 5 years ago. And so analog, good looking, don't make it too bulky, and it has to look normal. Best is you don't need to recharge, and like this type of direction. That's how they're going to get into the space. Okay, so yeah, so most wearable electronic needs to be vogue. Most, I wouldn't say all, but most, in order for you to feel comfortable wearing these type of products around you as a daily wear. Like, because if it's something really heavy or something that's really ugly or it doesn't matches your clothes, it's going to help. It's not going to improve you wearing this wearable tech product. Okay, so before I end this, before I go to Q&A, I have a few videos I want to show you. So Kairos, okay, let's take a look at the Kairos video. The Kairos hybrid, yes. Okay. This is a really cool product. Okay, so this is 3D generated, but it's gonna come out in a month. I've seen the actual product already. It's really cool. So it looks like a really high-end Swiss-made watch. Right, so you can put an automatic movement or an analog quartz movement. Now here's the magic. The smart function comes out onto the display. So you can still see the time below. If the battery runs out, you can still use it as a watch. So this is a product that would work with all the OSs, like iOS, Android, Windows, and BlackBerry. So look at the section. There's a sapphire crystal, touch sensor on the top, a module, PCB module, battery, 180 mAh that will last for 5 to 7 days. Well, I've shown this video to a lot of people, and there's no one that said this is stupid or too. Pretty much everybody wants one. Okay, I know some of them are. It could be quite expensive because they got the gold version and all that, like the Apple. But it's still it's a cool watch that you want to have, especially for men. And probably the women want to buy it for their husband as well. It says end of December. Nope, it took a little longer than we thought, okay? So it's gonna come out in May. First production batch, about 3,000 units for the backers, and then gonna go to the different distributors worldwide. Okay, let's go to the T-band. T-band is something even cooler. The T-band is also a Kairos product. GPS, Wi-Fi, NFC, you name it, it's all in that band. Activity tracking. It's a touch sensor, so you can reply your messages. Batteries built into it too. There's 3 versions of this T-band. There's a full display, this is the LD, and there's a one without the display at all. For people who just want to do activity tracking and heart rate tracking. ND-HD. Okay, I think that's it. EZIO. One very short last video. It's about the product that I'm doing, EZIO. EZIO is as I said at the beginning, EZIO is a product that is focused on fashion. By the way, I don't know if these music are not really from us, right? Okay. So it's very lifestyle. It's an activity tracker watch that has notification as well. So everything what a Misfit can do, and it gives you notification, a vibrating notification when you have a phone call, when you have a WhatsApp message. Reaction accelerometer. And a huge collection. You know, I'm sure one watch will fit most audience.
Got it.
All right, I think that's good. That's it for today's presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Wayne, for sharing with us the exciting design. So we're now open for questions. So ladies and gentlemen,